Hello and welcome to the setup episode for our new Pine Cove Farm series. We are going to play again Pine Cove Farm, and this is our little setup episode that we're going to do, where we're just going to get stuff ready and purchased and kicked off, ready to begin the jobs at hand, as it were. And this is also going to set the stage a little bit for this series. So here we are, we're on Pine Cove Farm. This is the Pine Cove Farm map by Stevie. This is the updated version, which has seasons capabilities turned on, and we are running that. We've also turned on the dirt and terrain mod. Hopefully that works. I've kind of done the relevant changes to the mod file to actually kick that off. And here we go. So one of the things we've done is here we are in Pine Cove Farm. We've transferred some money over from our Cherry Hills map, 5 million to be exact. However, what we've also done is sold a bunch of equipment, so we've got an extra 2.7 million in the bank from sold equipment. What we've done is got rid of a lot of the starting equipment, some of the things that I don't like personally, the kind of tractors and equipment, and we're going to use some of my preferred gear. So we've also acquired a couple of extra fields. So we've acquired field 2 and field 9 extra from the starting fields, because kind of really wanted to have a little bit extra there. Now, we're actually we played this map before. We've played Pine Cove Farm before, and we sort of did some Let's Plays on it, more streamed Let's Plays than the episodes. So what we've done here is I haven't replicated completely what I had on that. I've kind of taken what I actually had as my starting point when I started that, which was field 5, 3, 2 and 9, and field 18, which is that one you start with. And one of the things we did as we grew that series, we acquired field 4, 7, 1, and I think we might have even got 8 towards the end. We were running all the sort of standard production at full whack, and we had a few other bits and pieces on the map too. Anyway, what I've done, so I've sold some equipment. This is the starting point. Here we are on the farm. We've done a review of this map with the seasons stuff enabled previously, so we don't need to really look around the farm. What we are going to do though is start acquiring some equipment. So just to show you what I've left, so I kept the Massey Ferguson 8700. I like the Massey Fergusons as seeding tractors, so I run all my seeding equipment via Massey Fergusons. The Vulture S series I'm actually going to use, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use it for. I think I'm going to use it for pulling manure and doing fertilizer jobs. We've got the JCB wheel loader. I'm going to move that from its current location, which is up at the lumber yard, probably to the BGA. Keeping the Proto 9, and I'm also keeping the Maestro 12. Those two are going to be needed, and I'm probably going to get another one of these. Keeping the fertilizer spreader for the moment, and the sprayer. I've kept the weights. I may get rid of some of these depending on which ones we actually end up using. I've also kept the Tedder, and I've kept the windrower. I've kept this, and that's going to move to the BGA. And I've kept these two, and I've actually got rid of the greenhouse. I was thinking of getting rid of this, but having a nice little income is quite useful. So, what do we need first? Right, well, first off, we need some trucks. We are going to be using so these are the standard trucks that come with the game. We won't be using those. We will be using the AR Twin Star Duo, this guy. And we'll be using him for the AR frame trucks that we will have around the farm, and we'll also be using this for a tipper. We will be using the SX210 ITR, the hook loader, although I may use this one. I haven't quite decided. I'm going to try both. This is the BSM modding truck that they do. It's new. It's actually quite a nice looking truck. We are using the version of this that we did with the extra engine mods as well. We've got some of the logging equipment. So this, we've got the new, what do we got? Forestry equipment. We've got the little Krypton 6 that we reviewed in Snetton's farm. We've got our Scorpion King mod, which is basically a colorable Scorpion King with a few extra options, better cut widths and such like. We're going to be using the Timber Runners, the auto loading one, which should be around here somewhere. I think is this one actually. Yep, this is the auto loading one. We'll be using that, and we will be using the Ford pickup truck that we actually got recently on Snetterson's farm. I like this one, it's quite nice. And we're also going to be using our Land Rover. So first vehicle we're going to buy is our Land Rover, and we are going to do this in a nice, actually we're going to go with a red one. I think we're going to go with a red Land Rover. We will go with this setup. So we're going to buy our first vehicle. It's Land Rover. Good stuff. Going to be our run around for all our jobs and moving around the area. This is a pretty important vehicle for us. Now, we will probably get one of these in a minute, but probably just not yet. We are going to be using the Coach Universal Pack for various tankers and the like. We'll need one for water, so we'll get one of these and a hook loader to go with it. I won't get that one just yet. Actually, I will probably get that. Actually, I'll get that now. Let's grab one of these. We just need one for the moment. And we get this in blue. Overload pipe. And we get that purchased. And we are going to need, a hook loader for this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually use this one for the hook loader for the moment. Get the big engine, back attachers, wide tires, the rims, warning sign on it. Now this is going to be our water truck. We're going to need that for the farm animals and everything, so we will get that. Now this is a seasons map by Stevie, and he has added animals, so we're going to need to feed everything pretty much straight away, which actually begs us to this. We are going to need a couple of these AR frames. Now I'm going to get black wheel setup wide. We'll just do checker plate tray. I'm going to get we're going to get one or two of these for the moment. Let's go with one of those guys for the moment. And because it's an AR frame, we need an AR frame element. Now, this is the guy I think I want. It's weird, they're both essentially the same. I'm going to go for the Fleagle. Actually, no, I'm going to go. Oh, actually, this is technically more expensive. Let's go with this one. Okay. I'm going to paint this in green. And this is going to be our tipper truck. Now, normally in this when we're doing this, normally we won't actually jump around like this, but I am going to do this, make an exception for this stage. So I'm going to use actually quite tall, or a little bit taller than I actually want it to be. This is actually a lot taller than I actually want it to be, but let me just yes, that's actually really, really tall. We will actually convoy all of these back to the farm. I'm just going to leave this here for the moment. That's actually really tall. Okay, anyway, moving swiftly on. What other equipment do we need? Well, we need a couple of tractors. So we will need a tractor that we will do the fields with, which will be using this guy here. This is our ploughing and other type tractor. We go for the top end version of this guy. We will get two of this. We will get two. This guy we will use for grass and grass pickup, but we won't use this one just yet. I like this. It's a nice little tractor, this on the class one. I'm not going to get that one just yet. We're going to get those later. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so I want another one of these guys. I'm going to get the wide tires on this. Top end engine, yep. And this is going to be another seeding tractor. She's going to get two. Yeah, I'm going to get two for the moment. And that will be our seeding tractors. We have one that we're going to be using for fertilizer. I am going to get another one of these. And this is going to be for fertilizer. And so we are going to grab a manure spreader, and we will have this guy, pretty much our standard manure spreader. We have one normal fertilizer, and we have a manure spreader. We have a sprayer, so we'll need a tractor for the sprayer. So actually I'm just going to go back here. It's a little bit overkill using that for the sprayer, so what we're going to use is possibly an N series or a T series. Let's use the T series. And we're going to go with black. Load attach engine setup, and we will go with narrow tires. And that will be, I'm going to do the white rims just so we know it's different. Okay, so that's going to be our sprayer. We've got our thing, so we need one more cedar. We have the coon pack in, but actually we had, yeah, we had. Oh, I don't remember actually adding the coon pack. We do also have the big bud pack on this as well. Intrigued if any of these are actually would be cool. Sure what those fit to. But we're going to get another proto from Dole. This is a really good cedar. I like the cedar. Okay, now we need a plow, and we're going to use our all-rounder plow, and we need 2 of these. And I am going to do these in. I'm going to do these in a nice fancy red. Okay, so we have those in a nice fancy red. So we've got pine tractors, we've got seeding tractors sorted. We've got a couple of tractors for fertilizer. We have a truck for water. We have our runaround Land Rover. We have a rather odd looking trailer and truck for thing. I do need to turn off the engine. What else do we need? Our immediate tasks are basically getting fields ready. So this is ploughing, fertilizer, and seeding. It's going to be essentially a few game days before we actually even get round to harvesting. So we'll get our combines and such later. But I'm looking at, I've got a combine on the cards here to do. I am going to get these now, so we have them. So we need our Scorpion King. So I'm going to grab the Scorpion King here, and I'm going to paint it in black. And I don't do the track one, I do the wheel one. I'm going to buy one of those, and I am going to acquire a trailer, and we're going to buy that. And now at this point we need a truck to pull it. So we could do this guy, who looks a really big beastie guy. I haven't actually checked these out yet. 900 horsepower. It looks a beast. Really does look a beast. It's got a big cab on it. These are, what do you call it, logos and stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the 850. Get a standard attachers on there. Go for wide tyres. I'm pretty sure it's on the options available to us. We go with, I'm going to go grey rings because I'm going to go with a grey colour. Design colour. I'm going to get it without Sutcliffe support because this is going to run that that trailer. I am going to get another one in black. The reason for that is I need a flatbed trailer for the yard. So I am going to change that out. That's going to need hookless support. So I've got 2 of those. What I'm going to do is somewhere in the bearing technology. This guy, and painted black, and get him loaded up. So what we're just going to do is quickly take a look at these two trucks. It's actually quite cool. So this is the difference. This is one with the hook loader, as you can see. I've tried many hook loader trucks over the time playing Farming Sim, and I've yet to find one that doesn't mess up the hook. So this is the first time I've used this one. It's quite an interesting truck. Lots of lights, as you can see, and this is our hook. It is a big 8-axle truck, and sure it has 4-wheel drive though. So there we have it. It's actually quite an interesting little truck. And they both have the same vehicle registration plate, but nice little truck. So we've got quite a few vehicles here. This is actually this is going to basically be our logging vehicle. Now I am going to do something I haven't done previously. A lot of the time I will just have them essentially delivered. Wow, that's actually quite an interesting truck in the sense that it actually has quite a lot of... This might not be the best truck for this. I'm actually regretting this truck choice for this particular task. So there's a lot of weight, a lot of distance there between the things. So I'm actually going to detach that. I will try and not sure what I'm going to do with this one just yet. We paid for it, we might as well keep it. I do want a reasonably powerful truck though. So I may have to go back to the drawing board, as it were, to find a suitable truck. I do not want to use the man truck. It's these two trucks are not in keeping. It's an American style map, and I want to have an American style truck, and I don't want to have the barrel core or this. It's just not quite right. What I'm thinking actually, I have the custom road train pack installed. We might go with this guy. Let's go with the wheel set up wide tires, and we'll do that. Hopefully. Okay, so let's try that one out. Yeah, that's better. That's a much better truck. Much shorter, doesn't look like it's going to go completely nuts. The length of the other one just does not work. I will repaint it and I will use it for another task, probably a transport of grain or something like that. This is perfect. So I am just going to pop this guy here. So we've got a good few vehicles. And I think of anything else we need. So I don't think that's anything else we need really. As you can see, we've got the weather up. The weather's not looking awesome. I have to say that. It's going to be rainy the first 2 days of spring. It's going to be cloudy. It's not going to be particularly warm. This could really impact our planting. Basically 5-degree germination time. We could be in trouble. That last day of the spring period is the only day we can seed. We can't seed any other day because it's too cold. Damn. Okay. So we are going to be prepping everything up until that last day of spring. That's the only day we can really do anything on the seeding side. So this is going to be a little bit of a tricky sort of run up. Autumn's looking awesome, by the way. The weather's warm all the way through to the middle period of the autumn. And it's dry, which is good. So we've got a few things there that we will need to do. I'm going to be moving these back to the farm off camera, getting these all set up, ready for our kind of first episode. We're going to move some of these things to the lumberyard up here. What I'm going to do is just do, for the last few minutes, a quick run around of some of the things that I'm planning to do. So obviously the first year of this map, the first game year, we're going to run through with the normal farm. We're not really going to do anything in terms of new production or anything else like that. We will try and get our greenhouses here up and running at this facility here. We'll try and get this up and running somehow. I'm going to get the animals all sorted, so the animals are all here. I am going to try and get the BGA up and running. Now, I have a plan with the BGA. I am not initially going to use grass. I am going to basically use straw and compost because we've got a compost master on site here. So I am going to get this guy running as soon as I can. And I'm going to get basically straw in here, get some diesel in there and get this guy running. I'm not sure if we've got any diesel in this tank. No, we don't. I wonder if we have any on the farm. But I'm going to need diesel. I will get this guy up and running at some point. This is the straw manure combiner. But I'm going to get this guy up as running as soon as I possibly can, producing diesel and fertilizer as soon as I've got the composter running. Composter is going to basically make compost. That's going to get dropped in here and it's going to get us a digestate for the farm. That's kind of like the first key piece of this. Right, what we're going to do about the lumberyard. Well, the lumberyard's a little bit different from previous ones, but I am going to get some trees cut down in there, move my Scorpion King into the area and just get it set up somewhere in that set of trees there, and get this guy's up and running, really making a passive income, really getting this guy up and running, because I want to use the wood chip as well for the composters. There are 2 on this farm, so I'm going to get them both fed. That's kind of the immediate thing. I'm probably going to get, after the first year's harvest, depending on what I plant, I might get the flour mill running, which is here, potentially. and obviously we've got the other stuff here. They've got the nursery that's here as well. Now, what do we plan to do going forward? Well, so long-term plan, I want to get field 4 bought, which is going to cost us a good chunk of money. I want to get field 1 bought. Again, it's going to cost us a good chunk of money, and field 7 and potentially 10. I need a grass field and I need a biggish grass field. This one's not going to be big enough to support the entire farm. It's going to be great for this initial period, but I need a big grass field. So what I am thinking is 5 may become my grass field, and then I'll move something like 7 into crop or something like that. 9 is going to run pretty much stuff that I can chop for straw, and I'm going to pick up that straw, and it's going to be used in the BGA. Now, year 2, and this is a good way in the future, but this is pretty much kind of the plan I'm going for year 2. This lumberyard and this spare space here will probably take the paper mill. I don't think it's going to be big enough to take the charcoal plant, but it should take the paper and cardboard and woodboard mill. This lot up here, which is just up here, is going to be the home of the charcoal plant, and it's close by for wood as well. This lot here is probably going to become the mulkery, the bakery, and maybe another. I'm going to redo the mulkery. I'm going to use a different base building than the thing because I just don't have the space. And what else? Well, we're going to have to fit some stuff in a few other places. So we've got a little bit of a vacant lot here. We might drop something on this space here. This is possibly going to be central distribution. Partly because we've got some of the buildings that I need for that. So we've got this nice little shed. We've got this open farm for a loading point. So this will make a nice central distribution spot. And maybe have something else just on here. Next to the BGA, we've got a little vacant lot here. This is going to have something on it as well. Not sure what yet, but this is a key thoroughfare to these fields, so I need to keep it small and nothing too huge. So we've got a few production ideas all set up, and I am in the mind's eye on what we're going to put and where. So with that, this has been essentially the kind of setup episode really for the new Pine Cove series. Started off with 5 million injection from Cherry Hills. We sold a bunch of equipment. We bought some replacement equipment. Not everything has been replaced. We will replace things like combines a little bit later. Mowers, I need to get those, and we'll get those going forward. I need a low loader, which I'm going to get so I can move some of this equipment around, and I'm actually going to probably do that, some of the movements of the stuff with the low loader in our first episode. So with that, this has been the episode 0, the setup episode, and a little bit about what we're going to do on this Pine Cove series. It's going to be taking over from Cherry Hills, although I was thinking about this today. Cherry Hills might carry on for a little bit with maybe 1 or 2 episodes every couple of weeks, and this one will sort of slot in between that and Snetterson's farm. So that has been our episode, really. It's just about the setup and what we're going to be doing going forward. So we've got a whole bunch of equipment here. We're just going to move it all around and get it all set up. And we're going to start on some fieldwork tasks and doing some initial purchasing of anything else I can think of that I need initially. So we won't need combines until much later on. So next time we will be looking at what we're going to put on fields, doing a bit more planning around the essentially plan moving forward and everything else. So if you kind of enjoyed today's episode, I know it's really a sort of dry startup episode, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of this new series, Snetterton's Farm and our kind of trickle of Cherry Hills, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see any map reviews and that, we're doing those as well. So with that, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.